Most small business owners don't fail because of a lack of passion. They fail because they're running blind. I'm Mark Andersen, and I help small business owners make data driven decisions using the information from their accounting records. My mission is simple. I want to make a dent in the small business failure rate by teaching you how to use your finances to make better decisions. Welcome to Business on the Run. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Mark Andersen, and you are listening to Business on the Run. Today, I have Melissa and Joe Deflora with me, and they are, these guys are the king and queen of social media groups, business networking groups in the, I would say, the South Houston area, as well as really the event champions from networking perspective. You want to talk a little bit more about that, Melissa?
Well, I started my groups in 2009. So, I've been doing it for like over 20 years. So if I don't know what I'm doing by now, I shouldn't be doing it. One of my groups, but it's all organic. So it takes a long time because anybody who joins my group, I go and look and make sure, they live here. And then I send them a message. And then I wait for them to message me back or I give them a phone call. If I don't have a phone number, then I'm not going to accept them in the group because I want to know who they are, because it's organic. So so one of my biggest groups, the League City, Texas, Clear Lake, Texas, and I do Texas by design because there's a League City, Oregon, and then there's one in Clear Lake, California. So I had to put the Texas on there just so that doesn't get messed up. You'd be surprised how many times I get invited to Bay Area groups in their California.
Sure.
And then you see 45 of your friends that are also a member of the group. So you're like, okay.
Yeah.
So, but my group has 25,000 members in it. It's growing strong. I average about 200 to 400 people a week join my group. So it helps people, I have a lot of Facebook groups that I'm actively a part of, but it's not just the Facebook groups. I attend about 12 networking events a week. We also do direct advertising, so it's anything that can tell the community about people's small business, and we've been very big champions of small business for a really long time. My first networking event, I had 8 people come, but that was a long time ago.
And what's the average attendance for some of these events now?
32. Sometimes the biggest event I've had in the last year was over 200.
Oh, wow.
And the smallest event, it was raining. I had 15 people show. So, I feel like it's a good average. If it's raining, I understand they're not going to come.
Sure.
But I have an event on Wednesday. It's just a ladies' social group. I've got 83 RSVP'd and like 25 people said they're going to go. So even if only 12 people show up or even 5, I'm okay with it.
Now, just to be clear, when you talk about 12 events a week, you're not putting on 12 events a week.
No,
you're attending others.
I do
right?
attend others. I put on about 2 to 3 events of my own a month, and then I attend a lot of networking events every week. But you tend to see a lot of the same people, and that's great because I like hanging out with my friends.
Sure.
But you always are going to be on the lookout for new people as well.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little about the magazine, because you have a magazine that you sell advertising for as well, correct?
Yes, it is a franchise. It's Best Version Media. I have a magazine that goes out to 3,200 homes in all the houses that touch the water.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
And every week I do not every week. Every month I do a networking event that's a cover party that celebrates the cover of the magazine.
So tell me about the events that you run, right? Because obviously you've got the cover party, but what about the other ones? You said 2 to 3 a month, right? So what are the other two?
I do a ladies' lunch.
Okay.
It's just a bunch of ladies, and what we do is we find a restaurant that's suffering, and everybody brings a $5 bill, and then we all patron the restaurant. That's times are hard, and it's a way to socialize, eat lunch, give the small business, the small restaurant, some business, and to bless the waitress with, if 10 people go in there with $5, that's $50, nice little check for, a salad. So it's a way to help the waitress and help the business, but it's not anything formal. Most of the restaurants don't even know we're coming.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. And then what about the other one?
And then I'm doing classes now that I'm doing. And then I also, so this coming up month, I'm on July 15th, I'm doing a class on Facebook groups, on how to utilize Facebook groups and how to turn the new medium into money. So I'm excited about that. And then I have, then just different things that people ask me to do. I mean, like, hey, Melissa, help me promote this and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I know I'm probably one of those people that bug you on online to help me with that too.
No, not you. Don't bug me at all. I definitely am a big supporter. I mean, what you do with your coffee meetup is growing. I mean, and Pearland needs avenues all the time. I mean, they have that Million Cups things, but your coffee meetup is growing, and it's been around for a while, and you only do it once a month. When is that this month?
So we usually do it the last Wednesday of each month. We do it at a coffee shop here in town, and we do it from 8:30 to 9:30. And basically what we do is, or what the purpose is really just to kind of talk business, finance, and accounting. And you know what? Not accounting. I like to separate accounting from the finances of the business, right? Because small business owners, they've got no business at all doing their own accounting.
Right.
Bless you.
Sorry about that.
They've got no business doing their own accounting, but what they must know is the financial side of their business. They've got to be able to read financial statements and basically understand the reporting for their business.
Yeah, but you're I would say that you're more of a, what you told me was a QuickBooks guru.
Well, yeah, I mean, my team knows, I tell you what, my team knows way more about QuickBooks than I do. But yeah, we specialize in using QuickBooks, and obviously it's the most popular small business software on the market. So that's the only one that we use, and we do that for a very, very specific reason, just because that way we only need to be an expert in one type of software, right?
Right.
So,
and that's what everybody's using, so might as well jump on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're a runner too. You run a lot.
Huge runner.
Yeah. And how many marathons have you done?
I don't know how many marathons I've done. It's probably a dozen or so, but I've done even more ultras lately.
Now, what's an ultra?
An ultra is a race, anything over a standard marathon length, or 26.2 miles. So,
okay, and you're running and no one's chasing you.
And no one's chasing me, except maybe the last race that I was at. Arguably, an alligator may have been chasing.
Really?
It was at Brazos Bend down here not too long ago.
But man, now is that something that you do in the summertime as well when it's hot?
So I did one. The last one I did was a 50 miler in April, and it was hot. It rained, so it was wet, and then it was humid because the sun came back out again. So yeah, it got a little bit crazy. So
okay, all right. So I know what it's like to drive 50 miles. So you are running 50 miles. Do you get breaks?
Well, you can go as fast or as slow as you want. I mean, in a race like that, they probably have a 20 or 24 hour, I forget what it was, but a time limit. They'll usually have some sort of time limit.
And what if you ever, for instance, let's say, someone like me, I start running, and when do they start looking for me? That's what I want to find out. I mean, when do they start saying, oh, wow, she hasn't been here in about 12 hours. Do I need to go look for her? I mean, so when does that happen?
Well, I don't know if they actually send out search parties or not, but the course loops are usually in a relatively confined space.
So people will see you.
Yeah. They'll see
so if you fall or anything like that, and you're like, no, I can't do it, they'll pick you up.
There are aid stations out there.
Right, and they'll bring a wheelchair.
Whatever is necessary.
And a bag of ice.
You probably find that you'll be on the back of a John Deere Gator is what you'd be on.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't think that's for me at all.
Well, and that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
So tell me a little about Joe's role in all of this.
Oh, wow, I'm gonna let him talk.
Well, I started out kind of like the graphic side
Okay.
of it. I've got 30 years professional graphic design experience, and she's kind of brought me out into the world, out from behind
The desk.
behind the desk, out into the world. She's a lot more outgoing than I am. I'm a lot more outgoing now than I was in the beginning. So
Sure.
I do credit her with that, and of course, I credit the great business community we have out here too. It's really just all about meeting people and seeing how you can help them out, who you can introduce these people to, who needs to share services.
So, I mean, when I met Joe, he was a graphic designer, and he had his own company, and you were working for Money Mailer at the time, right? So, I mean, and Joe's always had a key eye for design as far as, being able to look at someone's business, and especially he was into color theory before color theory was a thing. So, I mean, I'm really proud of him. And Joe's award-winning graphic designer. But now with AI, Joe, tell him your frustration with AI graphics.
Well, I mean, it's just coming from the production side of things. I've done a lot of work with like print brokers and promotional products and wearables, and just it's just the utility of a lot of like the artwork that AI spits out. It's not quite the right format where it's scalable and cleaned up. So there's a lot of work you have to do to fine tune it, and a lot of cases you have to basically redo it. So
Build it from scratch. So you get this lovely image from AI, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to use this AI image," and you're like, "Wow, that's good," but they don't realize about like some of their frustration about it being like two type. Like you would take a business card and it has 2-point type. With a magnifying glass, you can read that, but when it's printed, no one's going to be able to see it. On a computer screen, it looks different.
Yeah.
So even the colors are different on a computer screen than they are than when it's printed. And what exactly is that process, Joseph? I know you like to talk about it.
Well, I mean, it's just RGB, the light pixels in the monitor, how they're going to display colors differently and different colors in the actual printing process.
And what's the printing process?
Well, that's the CMYK. That's the 4 inks, the cyan, magenta, yellow, and black.
Gotcha.
So, a lot of people, they do a lot of vibrant colors, like, real glowing, bright, vibrant oranges, greens, and blues that, and they design it on the screens in the wrong software. A real good royal blue, the software, if you just take that and send it to the press, it's going to come out purple.
Yeah.
But, I have my experience, so I kind of know to go in there and to check for those things and make the adjustments. So,
All right.
And then another thing that I'm really proud about with Joe is that so some people like, he does collect comic books and he does collect things, but one of the things that he's very amazes me about is when I first met him, he was collecting fonts, FONTS.
You mean like the different letter types?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
how many do you have, Joseph?
that's way too many, and they're making more. I mean, you just need the right font, the right look for that project.
That's
So
interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm super proud of him. He has won lots of art awards. He has been featured in Galveston for his your Mardi Gras posters, and I mean, so I'm super proud of him, and I don't think that I would. How I like to tell people is I am I go out and I make the promises, and it's up to Joe to keep them.
Oh, okay.
So I tell him, okay,
So he fulfills all the promises.
He does. And without him, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. And without what I do, he wouldn't be able to do what he does. So, I mean, we're stuck. We're like peanut butter jelly. We're just smushed.
So here's a question that I want to. I'm sure that the folks out there would love to hear about this. What are like the top 3 tips that you would give to the small business owner out there about, have improving their presence on social media and just doing what they can about monetizing their accounts? How can they gain customers out of social media?
So you've talked about 3 different things. So let's talk about what to do if you don't. So you have a Facebook page, please. That if you don't have a website, you have to have a Facebook page, because it's really about trust. It's like familiarity breeds recognition, but recognition brings trust. And you can have all the customers in the world, but if you're not treating those customers right, and I can get your phone ringing off the hook, but eventually, and it's going to work for a little bit of time, but if how you treat your customers isn't the right way and it doesn't come with integrity and heart, and you don't care about your name in the community, then your business isn't gonna. There's nothing. I can only do so much.
Right.
So it's more about trust. So I would say, let's get your Facebook page up. Let's invite some people, and then it's not just about what you do online. And I think people are missing that. It's about who you are in the community. If you want people to do business with you, you need to make relationships. And the only way that is to network and go to networking events and meet people and have people introduce you and kind of, say, hey, I know this guy. I can vouch for him, And basically you want to bridge the gap for people, you want to start the conversation. Every time I've gone to good networking events and I've gone to bad networking events. A good networking event is where you go up to the table and they say, hey, I'm so glad you're here. Tell me what kind of business you do. And they'll say, well, my name's Mark and I do know your numbers. And, I help small businesses with their, with their books. And they'd be like, oh, okay. You would be really good to meet someone who has a small business, such as a plumber or an HVAC person or something like that. Let me introduce you to somebody. And then they physically go and introduce you and say, hey, this is Mark.
Connecting people.
And we connect people. The people who are doing that at networking events, that's a successful networking event. But then you get the ones where, I'm so glad you're here. Here's a name tag. Put your name, put your business card in the bowl, and we'll let you know when we do the raffle. And it's kind of willy-nilly, and everybody does their thing. If that happens, people are going to form cliques because they're going to go with the people they know. So everybody who's new that's there is going to go, and the networking doesn't work. It's terrible. I hate it. No one talked to me the whole time. And that's not the truth. The power's in the corner. Like you look for the people who are by themselves. And Joseph hated networking when I first met him. He's like, no, I don't like it. I don't like doing it. So what's the tricks I told you?
Just find the other wallflowers. Just there are other people there in the corners, and also a good rule of thumb when networking is kind of do the open triangle when you're talking to somebody. That way, it kind of like someone else can kind of sidle up, introduce themselves,
and join in.
It's the more you're there to meet people.
Leave an opening for someone to
always leave an opening for someone else.
So it's
to
an
join.
approachable type situation.
Right.
Gotcha.
With the way AI is changing, and they like to use that buzzword. We were talking about this earlier. AI-genic. Oh, that's AI-genic. And we're like, well, what exactly is AI-genic mean? It means that it's a tool to make it's just a tool to make things easier for you. Like an electric drill. So before the electric drill, you had a screwdriver, and then you're like, oh, electric drill, it's faster and better, and it works better, and you could do a lot more with an electric drill than you can with a screwdriver. I totally agree with that. But there are times when you just need a screwdriver, So AI-genic is a buzzword, and it's working, and it does so many things, and but that's never gonna change. What I do is never gonna change, because I'm not just. We do direct advertising, so we're going to people's homes. So we do direct mail, we do door hangers. We also we're out in the community and we're meeting people. So when I have a new client who's who is new and they really need to get some business, I say, okay, I'm going to be invested in your success. I'm going to invite and I'm going to do everything I can for you on Facebook. I'm going to invite you to tons of events, and I'm going to introduce you to everybody I know. Usually it takes about 6 months to a year for everybody to know who they are. Then after that, it's kind of smooth sailing because then their business is going really well. But it's about, you can't just do one thing. If you do one thing and say, okay, well, I only do digital advertising. Well, you can, I have a case study, and I can't say the name of the business, but it was 60 days from closing. He was about to close his business. And I was like, okay. And then on that Friday, Joe and I, we picked 3 subdivisions, and we put door hangers on people's front door in those subdivisions. And then on Wednesday, we walked door hangers. On Wednesday, we didn't walk door hangers. We sent out direct mail to 10,000 homes. His phone started ringing after that. I mean, and it rang for like, I want to say 15 days straight. And then he did a phone number and everything else like that. And he tracked it. And I was able to prove how many calls that he got from us and how many calls he got from the direct mail. And he did really well. I mean, like really well. And now they do everything that we do. So it's a plethora of things. It's not just the Facebook stuff. It's Facebook. It's digital ads. It's advertising. People tell me all the time.
And networking events.
Right. Oh, and
Print
yeah.
advertising.
And then networking events. Of course, networking events. You've got to meet everybody in person. You know, I mean, because familiarity breeds recognition, and it's about recognition nowadays.
Yeah.
Man, I don't sound good at all. This sounds so stupid.
You sound fantastic. So I think one of the ironies that I noticed in all of what you were just talking about, because my question was originally about how you can monetize your social media accounts, and you eventually evolved into you got to go in person and meet people at networking events.
You really do.
So it's kind of funny how it's still about the personal touch, right?
I mean, AI. There's going to be jobs for people to make AI more human. You know, so there's nothing more than human interaction and meeting people.
There'll never be a replacement for human interaction.
I mean, and as far as monetizing your Facebook page or anything like that, let me just say that I've gotten 1 million views and I only made $300. I mean, and I'm willing to take the Pepsi challenge. I average between sometimes 400,000 views to 600,000 views a month. Not as many as some, you know. And then some months I'm only doing like 200,000 views, you know, and I make $17. I mean, like you don't really make a lot on social media.
I guess it depends on
sure.
how you're monetizing that, though, because I would disagree with you, and this is why I do, right? When I guess maybe I should be more clear about my definition of monetizing, right? Is I think when I say monetize, you're talking about what is Facebook going to pay me,
Right.
That isn't what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
What I'm talking about is getting customers. Because you're getting customers from your Facebook accounts, right? I mean, I know I've gotten people, and one of my experiences, and before you and I met, and I haven't gone to nearly as many networking events as I should or wish I could go to.
But I do invite you to everything.
You sure do. But one of the benefits that I found with social media was that I'd been making sure that we pump out a lot of stuff about the firm and tips on financial things and whatever, just stuff that's applicable to small business owners in general, just a wide range of things. But what I noticed when I went out, I would almost every networking event I went to, I had 3 or 4 people that I'd never met before say, I love your stuff, right? So there's, we were talking before the show started about metrics that you can't necessarily see. Right. And that's one of them, right? And I'll kind of joke about this with my wife all the time is that she, will be sitting winding down for the day, watching a television show before we go to bed. And she'll complain to me about why is it that I'm the only one that ever likes your social media stuff. And I'm like, well, I would argue that that's not necessarily
That's not the case. I watch
First
it.
of all, did you look at the views? Or maybe one person liked it, but there were 500 views or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But the bigger benefit is when you go out into the community to that networking event and you're like, I've seen your stuff right out of the way. You may not know them, but they know you.
Yeah.
And that really, it may seem like a disadvantage, but it's the opposite. It's
Right.
really an advantage because if they already know you, there's a certain level of
Yeah,
know and like. Maybe not trust yet, but they know
but it's
and
credibility.
like you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that credibility, that instant credibility. And yeah, I mean, like, I feel like you're pretty well known in the community. I tell everybody about you that doesn't know you, and it doesn't seem like anybody doesn't know you anymore.
Well, I appreciate that. That's nice to know.
Yeah,
Very cool.
so I mean, like, yeah, I'm constantly telling everybody. And then today, when you put out, it was like about, hey, I need somebody to come in for this, and it's like I put that out to so many people. Like, I want
know.
to do it. I want to do it. I want to put that out. It's like, no, I've got messages and messages. Like, did you find somebody? I want to do it. I was like, oh, well, it's in Pearland. I'm like, oh, that's far. So it's like, sorry about that. They wouldn't get here in time. So I was like,
Yeah.
hey, and it made sense. So
It was short notice, I will say. But
yeah, but
yeah.
you had people coming out the woodwork, and I was like, look, I will as soon as I figure out where the link is, because I lost the link. I said, as soon as I get the link, I will send it back out to you guys, and you can be on the podcast.
Yeah, so it's funny how that works, right?
I mean, so how many people did I invite to your podcast so far?
Oh, probably 20 from just the last post this morning. And I guess to give a little bit of backstory on what we're talking about is, I record the first Monday of every month, and I just do like 5 episodes in a day, knock it all out. It's an exhausting day, but I love it because I love just talking with people, right? Learning about what their experiences are and that sort of thing. But my 11:30 had a personal emergency that
I'm so
happened
sorry to
suddenly.
hear that.
Yeah, me too. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I can save this time slot after all. And so I put that out on Facebook. My 11:30 canceled today. Does anybody want to come and should be on a podcast? If you're a small business owner, I'd love to have you on.
Right.
And I did get someone, and then they crisscrossed the times, but so I ended up being vacant after all, unfortunately. But that's kind of the backstory behind it. But but the benefit though is I sent the booking link to probably 30 people for a future date.
Right.
So that's going to be, so it works out great anyway.
Right. I mean, yeah. And they're like, and then I had a few people that I messaged directly, and they're like, can you get me on? I was like, I don't know. I know a guy, maybe.
I know a guy.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm grateful. I mean, I'm grateful for the attention that I get, and I don't really like being, and it seems that way. I mean, it's such an, everybody's like, oh, Melissa, and everybody says my name and things like that. And they know Joe as, what's the nickname they have?
Mr. Melissa.
Yeah.
I go to a lot of networking events, and I introduce myself, and they're like, Deflora.
Yeah.
Deflora. I go, yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Melissa.
Yeah. So, I mean, we get that. And Joe used to teach me a long time ago. He used to say, you should wear a T-shirt that says, are you my Facebook friend? Because I'd have all these people come, and that's why I don't like going out to dinner anymore, like going to a grocery store, because it's always when I look terrible that I run into people, and it's like, but I meet so many people. I don't want people to. It's really horrible when people remember you and they know who you are, and they'll come up to you and they're so familiar with you. Melissa, how are you? How's your daughter? How's Joe? How's everything going? And you can't remember them to save your life. And you don't want to be rude to them. You don't want to hurt their feelings. You don't want to be like, you didn't matter when we met. So I just try to be as kind as I can and just be like, yeah, well, it's good to see you. When's the next networking event you're going to be at? Next time, come sit with me. Let's spend some more time together, because I mean, I may have only met them one time, but it does happen to me often. And I'll be eating lunch, and I have people that come up to me, and I have no idea who they are, and I'm just like, and then they'll leave, and I'm having lunch. I'm having a lunch meeting, and they're like, "Who is that?" I was like, "I can't really remember, but they remember me." So I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful to be as known as I am in the community, but it's a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? So you have to. you know, I mean, but even Jesus had haters. So, I mean, like, I'm just going to say that I mean, no matter how good you are or no how bad you are, you know, you're going to have people that don't like you in the world, you know. So, but I've been blessed. I feel like everybody likes me, and the people that I don't like me, they don't tell me. So I just assume that they do, you know. So, and I hope that gets cut. That sounds so juvenile and stupid. Don't put that on there, you know. But I mean, yeah,
It's fine if you.
it's for the blooper reel. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, like things are changing, but my Facebook class, you need to be on that Facebook class, and you could have, you just need to have everybody who
On my
work
team.
on your team at that class. Let me tell you what I'm going to teach.
When and
do
where?
not put
Plug
the-
it.
No, I don't want to put that on. I
Okay.
don't know. Okay, well, I'll say everyone should come to my Facebook class, but I'm telling you personally that you should do it because I'm going to teach you how to get referred on Facebook.
Okay.
Like for real. I mean, and we have that new app that just came out called Forum.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 13 days old,
Yeah.
and everybody's on it now and everybody's using it. But I was one of the first because Facebook likes me for some weird reason. And they send me all sorts of beta testing. It's like some of it works really well, some of it did not turn out very well. Joe likes to talk laugh about that one. But some products work really well. Some products go into the ether. And I've been a part of some of the products that went into the ether, but I was really hoping that Forum won't. And I'm giving a class on how to use it,
Mm-hmm.
how to get the best use out of it,
Out of Forum.
out of Forum,
Okay.
and about Facebook groups and how to get referrals on Facebook groups. If people are utilizing Facebook groups the right way, I can turn that into money in less than 2 weeks.
Okay.
Like real money.
All right.
You know, like I've been referring you for a really long time, though you don't ever do the things you're supposed to.
Well, I guess I need to go to the class.
Well, you should thank people when they tag you, when they say,
Oh, I do.
Well, every once in a while, but when I'm
I must
tag-
be missing a lot of
Yeah,
opportunities.
so I
then,
mean, you've got to
so-
realize that there are there's a roofing company that I
plug.
there's a roofing company that I tag 25 to 30 times a day on Facebook, and
Yeah.
and I don't know if they're like, I don't know. All I know is it helps their phone ring. I can't guarantee business. All I can do is I can do my very best to make the phone ring.
Sure.
You know, and that's all marketing really is. You know, marketing is like baking a cake. I tell this to a lot of times. I mean,
It's an art form.
it's a science, you know.
You
but
think?
Yeah, I think marketing is a science. I think baking's a science. I think good bakers, they can look at things, they know exactly, just like a scientist, they know exactly what the formula is, they know what the recipe is, they know what to put together to make the cake bake. And that is something that you learn over time. Though just because you have all the right ingredients doesn't necessarily mean that your cake's going to bake. There's that je ne sais quoi that you need to make things happen, you know, and if you know those things, you know, then you can make things happen. If you don't know those things, but then you don't. But if you're a jerk and you're at a networking event, no one's going to do business with you, you know, so be nice, you know, don't be an asshole. Everybody wants to be your friend,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, don't put that on Facebook.
It's
Don't-
okay. You can put that out there. It's okay.
No, I said, I don't want anybody to think I'm cursy. No, I'd remove the asshole part. You know, so be like, hello. Sorry, this is so weird. This feels so weird.
Well, one of the best things, one of your greatest weapon when you're marketing your small business is like, why me, not them?
Mhm.
Right.
If you have your public persona giving off bad vibes, then
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like people do business with people they like and people that they can have fun with.
Sure.
I mean, but you don't want to have too much fun. You know, like don't drink at a networking event. I don't really like that. I mean, like, of course, everybody wants to drink and have a little one, but that's it. Don't go get messed up at a networking event because everybody's going to talk about you, you know, and it's not fun, you know. Don't be the one that everybody talks about. You know, be kind and help each other. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about who you help,
Mhm.
you know.
Agreed.
And if you're helping everybody to the best of your ability, then your business is going to do really well.
Yeah.
But if you're greedy and you're not helping anybody and you're not trying to, like, there's no real competition. I mean, like, if everybody felt like that, then it's like, oh, no, I don't do business with them because they're my competitors. No, we share. Like, we help our competitors. We collaborate. We're kind. It's like, oh, I don't have the best deal. Call this guy. He's got the best deal because I'm for what is going to help my clients.
Yeah.
Well,
So
there are a lot of service companies that they've come across where they've developed relationships with their competitors, whereas like they're a small business, but every now and then the ship comes in,
Right.
Yeah.
and it's like might be a little bit outside your capacity, and
You need help.
lean on someone.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't do the job for somebody, and this happens with us all the time, you'll be thought of in a very high value position if you're able to refer them to somebody that can help them solve their problems.
Right.
So one of the things that I run into from time to time is that sometimes I run into clients that need help with a legal matter. It could be setting up an LLC, or maybe they've got into some sort of they got sued or something like that, and they need legal counsel. It could be tax planning. We don't do tax planning, so I have relationships with other CPAs that So those are just some examples. But hey, let's pivot just a little bit because I would love to know more about your family and maybe some hobbies and some of the things that you guys do personally.
Well, okay, what do we do outside of? Okay, so this is what's really bad is we do have a daughter. Her name is her name is Lydia. She just graduated from high school. We're very proud of her. She's going to college. So I couldn't be more proud. But as far as we don't really have a social life. Our whole business, our life revolves around our business pretty much.
Well, we've met.
All of our friends we work with. Yeah, I mean, like.
You establish those
relationships.
And
yeah,
you're kind of on the same wavelength as small business owner. You're not. You can't. It doesn't. You can't shut it off at 5 p.m.
Right.
Sure.
So it's like that's why I'm trying to get more social. That's why I started my social ladies group because I want to know what that's like. Because otherwise, it's like my daughter said, "Mom, do you have a hobby?" I said, "I go to networking events," and she was like, "Well, what do you do at a networking event?" I said, "I meet people and I talk about small business." And she's like, "So what do you do for fun?" I go to networking events. And she's like, "Mom, that's not fun." I was like, "Have you been to a networking event? Then how do you know it's not fun?" So I've been bringing her to networking events, and she's like, "Okay, it is kind of fun." I'm like, "Exactly, it is fun." I mean, it is fun. To me, it's fun. That is my social life. I try to have an outside social life, but
well, it's good.
I think I sleep. That's what I do. That's my hobby. I'm a sleeper. I like to sleep and take naps.
It's good though that you have something that you do that you love enough to think of it as a hobby, even.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, because I think that's one of the most important things for many small business owners is that if they love their small business and what they do within their small business, then it's a more successful small business.
Because you always evolve.
Yeah. But I mean, obviously, running is a big hobby of mine. I do that for fitness and that sort of thing. My dogs are, I guess, another hobby you could consider for me. But I mean, my overarching love is small business and entrepreneurship. So
I mean, no offense, but the only time I would ever run is if I was being chased or for a donut truck.
So I had, I tell you, one of my favorite. Actually, it's funny that because I spoke with this guy yesterday, but the funniest comment that I've ever heard with respect to that is, he said the only time I will ever run is if I have to chase down the ice cream man for my change.
For my change, exactly. Speaking of ice cream, so I'm having an ice cream social on Wednesday.
I wonder where.
At Space City Cow.
Okay.
And I really.
You think Dylan will be happy with me for helping you tee that up so easily?
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. His name is Dylan, and he's a veteran.
A previous podcast
and
guest
a previous
as well.
podcast guest. Yes. And he, I'm really proud of him, and he's been through so very much. And when I met him, he was fighting for his life.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean,
remember his story.
it's amazing what he's been able to do and accomplish in his life. And he's active Coast Guard. That means he's putting his life on his line. He's a hero, you know? And then he goes and makes these amazing ice creams. And that will be on Wednesday. I'm having a little social group. Yeah.
I will be in California.
That's okay, because on Wednesday they also have a thing called that Dylan with Space City Cow will be at. It will be at Water's Edge. He'll be selling the ice cream there as well.
Very
so
nice.
he's going to have a very busy Wednesday.
Awesome.
So.
I love it.
But next week, are you going to be at my?
Next Wednesday?
No, it's on Tuesday, the 14th, July 14th, and it's going to be at Texas Huddle.
I will do everything I can to get there.
If you can, that's good. If not, don't worry about it. Me and Joe will definitely be at the coffee.
I have no doubt.
And I want you to know that we're inviting people to the coffee thing. And I have
appreciate
been
that.
inviting people to the coffee thing. I just want it to be well attended. I want your event to be as, like, I don't understand what they're doing with 1 million cups. That's not fair. I've been working harder, to get more people to come.
I tell you, I like that event. It's a really good event.
But they're
the
doing
1
it
million
weekly,
cups.
aren't they?
Yeah, they do it weekly for sure.
Yeah.
Business fellowship.
It is.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And I love their format because they'll usually have it's interesting. I don't know if have you been yet?
Joe
So
did.
the
Yeah.
format is really neat because what they do is that you get to do a 5-minute presentation,
Really?
and usually they do either one or two, depending on how many people have asked to speak. But it's a 5-minute presentation, but you've got 15 minutes to answer questions from the attendees.
Oh, I like that so much better.
So yeah, so it's just a short presentation, and it's less about business, but more about the person and what kind of how they got there, right?
Right.
So I think that's really really cool. But the questions after I think is the most interesting. It's really cool.
So how long have you been in business?
So I started my business in 2018, March of 2018. So yeah.
Oh, so we've got 10 years on you.
Yeah.
Actually, we started our business in 2008. Yeah.
Yeah, we've grown every single year, and so it's been a wonderful business. We've got several clients that are actually out of state, so that's been really neat to tackle those kinds of projects. And I guess the one thing that I've noticed kind of post COVID is, before COVID, you had to have a handshake. Right. When you were doing this sort of work, you had to meet somebody in person.
Right.
Otherwise, you weren't getting the deal.
Right.
But after COVID, even to this day, Zoom, Teams meeting, whatever, some form of, as long as it's face to face through the computer or whatever,
Right.
you can still close a deal that way.
Mm-hmm.
Where beforehand, but pre-COVID, no way. But so that environment has certainly changed and has been different. But I think it's one of the reasons that I've been able to accumulate some clients from out of state.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because you do Zoom.
yeah.
I'm so hyper local, and I want to stay hyper local that I hate Zoom.
Mm.
I don't like. Okay, I mean that's.
It's a tool.
I hate it because it's an excuse not to get out of your house. And I want to get out of my house. I was in my house for 2 years. I want to get out of my house. I don't want to be in my house.
Oh, I agree.
I was trapped in there.
There's a time and place for everything,
Right. So it's
the
like,
way I look at it.
Like, hey, can you meet me Zoom? Now, when they say Zoom, it makes me nervous because it means that they can't meet me locally.
Yeah.
That means that they're trying to pretend that they live locally and they're actually in Atlanta. That had happened to me.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I had somebody who was in my Facebook groups and everything like that, and they're marketing and they're selling things to my small business owners. And I'm like, well, when are we going to meet? Oh, I'm in Katy and everything. I was like, yeah, I don't mind. I'll drive. And then to come to find out, she was actually in Atlanta, Georgia, and she was doing everything on Zoom. And I believe them and everything else like that. So I got duped a little bit. So, okay. So now
That happens.
Yeah. So I don't let people, isn't that terrible? No, I don't let people in my group from Katy because I don't trust that anymore.
So we got to wind it down.
Okay.
So what are the last things that you would like to mention or talk about before we wrap it up today?
So I have some talking points. Don't make this awkward. Make this cool. Make this transition cool, okay?
Do you hear that, Harley?
Yeah, make this transition really cool. Okay, you ready? Here's my talking point. It's because I really worked on this with AI. Okay, hold on. Okay, that one's not the good one. Okay. I mean, I really did. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to say that. Okay. Okay. All right, you ready? Here's my blip. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Everyone's talking about AI, but the businesses winning in local markets aren't choosing between AI and relationships. They're using AI to strengthen relationships. So I would say that it's never too late to get out there and go to a networking event.
Agreed. And it all kind of boils back down to personal relationships again, doesn't it?
And that didn't. Do y'all hear that? That my AI is working. Okay. Let me start that over. That was terrible.
AI can be very rude.
AI is very rude. I am so sorry. Are you able to fix that?
Help.
They'll fix it. They'll fix it.
You are so good at this. Oh my God, you're good at this. I mean, like you could, man. Yeah, you can tell you do this for a living. I suck at this. You better make me look good, like
We'll make you look
skinny
good.
and intelligent, and not stupid. You know.
All right. So last question for you today.
And Joe's gonna
is-
answer it.
Oh, well,
Okay.
either one of you is great.
Okay.
If somebody in our community wants to do business with you, how can they get in touch with you?
Call me. 832-372-8170. You can find me on Facebook or meet me at a networking event.
All right. Sounds good.
And Melissa Deflora, Joseph Deflora, we're JML Publishing and Marketing. We've been around since 2008, and we'll be around until whenever. I mean, like, you know, we also sell business cards, so if you need some business cards. Let me just say this about business cards, is that you can't win a raffle with a digital business card. So
That's
in
true.
order to win the raffle at a networking event, you need a paper card. So just letting you know that. So we do them $60 for 1,000. They're about this big. And my word of marketing advice is
The box of business cards.
box
that
of
big.
business
The
cards.
business cards aren't that big.
No. Can you fix that so I don't sound stupid? Okay, let's try that again. We sell a box of business cards.
Forget the podcast. We're going to be doing a reel on bloopers. That's it.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. I'm
No,
just
man,
kidding.
like this is so bad.
Well, listen, guys,
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for coming on the show. I really do appreciate it. So that'll be a wrap today for Business on the Run. Thank you guys for watching. And you can catch us on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon, as well as YouTube. Business on the Run. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you guys next time.